Hello everyone, this is Series 2 of LEGO Disney Collectible Minifigures. We're going to go through and look at each one of these one by one up close, including details that you can't see just at first. We'll also be able to see things that I didn't know about when I covered the initial reveal of the official photos of these figures. Let's go ahead and start with this classic version of Mickey Mouse. Now this is based on his appearance in Steamboat Willie from 1928, which was not the first time that Mickey Mouse as a character was ever drawn, but it was the first time that he was seen by the general public in an animation that was actually released to multiple theaters and all. Now this is not even the only version of Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse that LEGO has made. They also did one for the Steamboat Willie set that was released as part of the Ideas line, but that one has some differences. Just really quickly here, this has a removable hat with just a tiny mini peg hole in the top of it, and has just the standard articulation that you would expect from all regular minifigures. The legs are dual molded, and the feet or shoes are printed on in a white that is a little bit different in color from the rest of the plastic white. There on the right is the LEGO Ideas Steamboat Willie set version of Mickey Mouse, which you can see is merely a color substitution with silver in the legs and hip over there on the right, as well as silver for the top part of the hat, making that an exclusive figure. Here's a matching version of Minnie Mouse, based on her appearance also in Steamboat Willie. So she has the life preserver ring there. Dual molded legs, once again, with also some printing on there. The skirt is done in a light gray color. There's no printing around the back of this, except for the skirt piece. And once again, the hat is removable, and obviously it is a different piece here. And once again, the LEGO Ideas Steamboat Willie set version has silver. So there the silver is applied again to the hat around the petals of the flower, and then for the skirt, and once again for the feet or the shoes. DuckTales gets a lot of representation in this series. Here's Scrooge McDuck with his #1 dime. That's an exclusive printed piece there. He also has a suggestion of a cane. He has his tail back there, which is printed around the sides and front in blue. The hat is a removable piece, and they didn't show the rims of his spectacles, but it is molded in. There is a slight possibility that they'll make a different version of this in the future. The legs are dual molded and have a lot of printing with multiple colors there. All of this is done pretty well. Here's Huey, who comes with a light green covered version of the Junior Woodchuck's Guidebook with a exclusive print on the front of it. He's got the dual molded short legs there, which is nice to see. Comes with the same mold of tail piece, but just no printing or painting on that, just a single color. And on this one, the hat is removable, leaving just kind of a funny looking head. That's actually a really nicely done mold for that head there. It has a lot of depth. And inside the book, if you open this up, there's actually a single page which you could remove. It's just a printed 1x2 tile. Here's Dewey, who has the exact same head and legs, and just has a different color for the hat and for the torso and arms, as expected. Comes with the slingshot there, and I should mention that there is an extra slingshot included when you get one of these, much as with Scrooge McDuck. There's an extra piece for the walking stick and also the #1 dime. Nothing extra for Huey, though. And then here's Louie, who comes with a flashlight, which is made with 2 pieces, and you get one of each of those pieces extra, so you can make 2 flashlights for him. The green color is not the regular LEGO green, it's brighter. They actually call it bright green, and it's pretty cool looking, and really stands out. LEGO has done mini doll versions of Elsa from Frozen before, but here we get a minifigure version in the classic LEGO style. This is nice, comes with a very large snowflake, which is an ice crystal there, and a very nice print for her, I guess you can call it a cape, right? It's got all kinds of glittery print on it. It's not just silver. It actually gives you some iridescent colors there, and that's only on one side though. All the printing on this is actually very nice. That hairpiece is soft and wraps around, has a little bit of grip to it. And I mean, you can kind of see the print through the fabric here on the back of it. She also has this alternate face and very nice printing on the back of that torso. Anna from Frozen also gets depicted in minifig form here, and there's a lot of contrast in color between the medium azure arms and the dark magenta colored cloth piece they give her. Now, unlike with Elsa, this one has a soft cloth piece. It's the newer style, so this is able to be bent around without causing any damage to it. It doesn't get crinkled up easily. Very nice printing, especially with the little bit of gold around the edges of the design for the top there. And Anna also gets her own alternate face, and there you can see the rest of the print on the front. From A Nightmare Before Christmas, this is Jack Skellington, and I think this looks fantastic for a minifig version of him. You know, obviously they didn't try to go with any crazy proportions to try to make him accurate to his design, but as a minifigure, I don't think they could have done much better. You know, they got the eyes really large, they got the mouth really wide. The level of detail with all the pinstriping is very good. I just think this is a well done figure. He's got the bat tie, which is very large and is an extra piece, and he gets the cloth piece for the coattail going around the base, which is tattered and is a new design as well. And that gift box looks fantastic as well, with a lot of printing going around all sides of it. It's also printed on the top. That is 2 pieces in total, 1 piece for the top, 1 piece for the box base. And inside the box you can fit 2 to 3 of these printed 1x1 cleared tiles. There's a closer look at the 2 designs of tiles that they have. They are snowflakes, and you get 1 of each, so you get a total of 4 of these pieces. Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas comes with 2 of the flower assembly there, which is 2 pieces put together, the flower on top and the stem down below. But the design of Sally herself, well, at least the face, doesn't quite match the quality of what I see for Jack. It just doesn't look quite the same. Doesn't look like they did as good of a job of capturing that unique Tim Burton style with the crazy huge eyes. You know, even though this is converted to minifig form, this is just more of a traditional Lego style, Lego artistic graphical design style compared to the source material. Whereas I feel like the Jack Skellington figure that they did is a perfect match, or a perfect mix really, between the two. Now here you get dual molded arms, which is great. All the printing on the torso, the hip, and leg pieces, that all looks great to me. And notice that the arm over here is dual molded in 2 different colors compared to the arm over here, which uses the teal color, recently resurrected. And the legs are also dual molded in different colors. And there you go with the alternate face and more great printing around the back. Just so many cool colors were used here. From Aladdin, here's Princess Jasmine, who looks, I think, very good in minifigure form. They've done her as a mini doll previously, complete with the small bird there with a little bit of printing itself. No dual molding for the arms or the legs here, but I think that's fine. The hair piece is a relatively soft piece, and you can see it has kind of a satin texture to it. Also has some paint applications on it, which look pretty good. They're about as crisp as I could ask for this type of material, and as 3-dimensional as it is. Notice you also get the rings there done in gold on the sides for the ears, and there's a little bit more print on the back of the torso, but no alternate face. I was really surprised to see that there's no secondary face. They did it for every other regular human style figure in this series, but not for this one, so just one. I wonder why. Jafar here gets a secondary face. I'll show you that in just a second, but first let's take a look at the figure on the whole, which looks pretty good. He's got that nice staff there, and the gem, is it a ruby or is it a garnet, in his headdress almost looks 3-dimensional. I mean, it's a simple print, but it's very well captured. I like so much about the look of this. No print for the lower part of the robes there, but overall this is looking pretty good. And the cape piece is printed dark red as it's facing you right now, but black around the back. That's a really nice transition as you rotate this around and just switches over to so much black. Just makes it look more evil. Dual molding for the The headdress piece looks very good. And like I said, there is an alternate face, secondary face there. It's a little bit of a not so amused form. You know, it's very weird to see this character with no nose. You know, he had that prominent long nose, and the entire character, as drawn originally, is very stylized. I think Lego did a pretty good job here of hitting that balance between Lego minifig style and the source material, the way that he should look, if you will. Kind of like they did with Jack. So another one that's done well. Here's Chip from Chip and Dale. And of course, Dale is the next one that I'll be showing you. This looks really good to me. It is an exclusive head mold that they do not share with Dale. Very nice to see. The acorn is built up. It actually has a little bit of a handle there, so any kind of minifigure can hold it. That's done in just a medium nougat color with a dark brown color for the little add-on on top, the modified tile or stud piece with the bar sticking out of it. And there's print for the tail on the back. It's a shame to me that they didn't use a tail piece for this. I feel like that bushy tail could potentially have used the same part that they used for the ducks. I don't know, it might have been a little bit too thick. Maybe with a paint application it would have worked. But I'm okay with this. I think overall it's just a very cheery and fun looking character, and the legs there are the medium size, the relatively new medium size, which is allowing it to articulate. So you could actually put this into a walking pose, or you could make the character sit down, even though it's shorter than a normal minifig. And then here's Dale. Like I said, unique head mold, not just a different print. I think they could have gotten away with just printing it differently if they went kind of in between with the molding, made it a little bit more generic, but I appreciate the extra effort that went into sculpting this. Has the tuft of hair on the top, got the broad gap between the teeth. A lot of things, a lot of subtle things are done differently here, but the body is fairly straightforward with just a single paint application from the front, a couple colors printed around the back. All of this color here is medium nougat, and you may notice a little bit of a difference in color between the head and the body. Also, between the body and the legs. The legs and head are closer to each other. They're a little bit more yellowish compared to the body that is, I want to say, a little bit more bluish, if I'm seeing it correctly. You can also say it is a little bit more red. Maybe it's magenta, but it's definitely not as yellowish or as greenish as the legs and head are. From some angles and in some lighting, it's actually very, very noticeable. That's why I do want to point it out. And he's got the sack there in just a plain brown. From the latest Incredibles, this is Frozone, a cool character and a cool figure. This is nicely done. It has the two Power Blast pieces in clear, just plain clear, as it appeared from the photos. Those are really nice parts to get. And just in general, it's a cool looking figure. You know, it just really stands out with that color scheme. And this one comes with the very interesting, unique modified tile piece, I guess it is, for the base there, which is 4x4 with only 2 studs on top. And it's just done in gray. There are different ways that you can connect that up, and also has that jumper piece in white down below. No alternate face for this one, of course, given the way that it's set up. But like I said, I like this one. And the arms are dual molded, legs are dual molded as well. Also from the Incredibles, here's Edna Mode. It's the second official minifigure version of her, but this one is done right, unlike the previous one. This one has the huge hair piece, which includes the glasses with the eyes printed into them, which looks really good from most angles. From some angles, you start to see the separation in depth between where the eyes are compared to where you expect them to be and how you expect them to their images to be refracted through the glasses. But overall, I don't think they could have done this better in general. The legs are short to keep the entire figure as short as possible, so no articulation there. You get the printed mode tile to use for the handbag, and this figure actually comes with 2 of those cups in just the plain white, which is nice to see. And there's an alternate face. This one I think doesn't look as good. It's good to get a smile out of her, but there's something about the proportions there that just don't work as well for me as the main face. Now, if you want to see what the face looks like underneath this specialized hairpiece, look at that. Wow, that is... It's almost off-putting. It's so disturbing. It's so different. But, you know, they had to put some kind of face under there. So, you know, if you happen to collect multiple of this figure and you want to use the head for something other than Edna mode, or you want to do your own custom version, they offer up the whole thing. They weren't going to do just the mouth, you know. So there you go. That's what those two expressions look like. The final two figures in this series are from the animated Hercules movie, and this is Hercules himself. So how did this turn out? I had questions. I had worries about this when I saw the initial photos, and it looks like the production work is actually very good. Thankfully, very good indeed. You get dual molding for the legs with a lot of printing, a lot of lines. It's difficult to do, but it looks pretty seamless to me. The printing for the shield looks very good. I have no complaints there. It's got the bracers that are printed onto the wrists on both sides. Those look pretty good. The hairpiece, with its gravity-defying mold and design, looks pretty decent as well. There's the band going around it, very bright in color. The cape is the newer style of cloth, so it's very soft and flowy. You can easily put it off to one side a little bit, and beneath there you can see a little bit of extra print on the back of that torso. There's also a second face on this head, and the skin tone is regular flesh. So instead of the light flesh, they call it, this is just the regular flesh color. And I think this figure is a success. I think the whole thing works out pretty well. It's good. And then here's Hades, who gets a new exclusive piece for the whole base of him. Pretty good printing going down the front of the torso, and that leg piece, do you call it, with a little bit of kind of web style dark blue, somewhat subtle from some angles, printing on the sides of the dual molded arms, printing around the back of that torso. My favorite thing here by far is the head. Forgetting about the face for just a moment, just that trans dark blue looks so good against the light royal blue color beneath for the head. That's all attached. Yeah, it's a piece that they've done previously in the Superheroes line, but just recolored here. It's all attached, it's all glued, but might as well be dual molded the way that it's set up. It just looks great. I love that effect. The face, I think, I don't know, that's a tough one to judge, because it's another one of those cases where the source material is not really compatible with the Lego style. I think they got the expression pretty nice here. It's really funky. It's really distorted in a good way. The proportions, there's just no way to do the proportions appropriately in minifig scale without doing a funky head. But I think for what they had to work with, they did a pretty good job here. You can easily see what it's supposed to be, and it definitely fits the minifig style. Maybe a little bit too much, but I think I'm more okay with this one than I was with Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. Just overall, it's an impactful figure, I think. A quick note about Rarity here. There are 18 different figures in this series, and one box or case of figures that you get at a store that gets put out on shelves comes with 60 figures in the blind bag packs, the mystery packs. So doing simple math, you would think that there should be able to be 3 full series in there, plus a couple of spares, a couple duplicates. But that's not the way they set it up. This group over here, you get 4 of each of those in each box. With this middle group, you get 3 of each. And with the little ducks, you get 2 of each. Now, if you're a cynic, you will probably be hating on Lego and or Disney for doing that, for, creating artificial rarity, which they frequently do, and it's a habit, it's a practice that I hate. However, in this case, I feel like there may be, just maybe, I don't know for certain, but there may be a less nefarious reason for this distribution. Because if you look at it and you are not a DuckTales fan in particular, maybe you're interested in, I don't know, any of the other figures that are here that aren't from DuckTales, and you consider that these are sold in mystery packs and blind bags, they're intended for most people, and what most people actually do is to go in and just grab one or grab a few and take them to the register and pay for them, take them home, open them up, and see what they got. You know, that's how the whole system works, and that's how most people get figures from series like this. Even though you can feel for them, most people don't do that. Most people aren't super hardcore into it. So if you're not into DuckTales and they had 3 of each of these 3 nearly identical little ducks in the series, plus 3 of Scrooge McDuck, that's a lot of ducks to include in one pack. That gives you a very, very tremendously huge chance of getting something that you don't want. An unfairly huge chance of getting something that you don't want if you don't want something from DuckTales. So it may be the case that LEGO was intentionally trying to ease the pain for a lot of people out there, reducing the number of nearly identical little duck figures in the series. It's just my thought. It's still possible that they are being purely evil, but consider both options. Now, I did record and publish the opening of the full case or box of these figures, and I did it just in real time with no music and no accelerated speed, no talking or anything, just the sounds of putting the pieces together and rattling the bags as I open them up. If that's something that some folks want to just throw on in the background somewhere, maybe in a second monitor on a second screen or something, if you've had a particularly rough day or rough week, to just help you to calm down. It's the type of content some people have asked for, so I put it up and I'll link to it in just a second. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the look at all of these figures, though. Let me know in the comments if there's any figure in particular that you liked, or even if there's anyone that you thought was done poorly and should have been done better. If you have any suggestions, every once in a while, LEGO designers take a look at videos like these. Sometimes suggestions get through, and at the very least, other viewers often like to see different people's opinions. For now, I'm signing off, but I'll talk to you again soon.